What's good? It's Ozman the Wizard.
And Naima.
This is not another damn podcast.
Podcast.
Presented by our damn selves.
You know it.
195, yeah.
95.
Yes, yeah. How you feeling, kid?
I feel pretty good, actually, over here. I feel, yes. I mean, it stopped snowing finally. Yay!
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
Yay!
Survived another, it was at 17 inches. Pause. 17 inches. We got the last one from last Sunday or Monday, I think Sunday night, Monday morning is when that particular snow advisory went. I don't want to say like during the overnights Monday is when it went into effect.
A report I saw said that I think that this is on record now as the most consecutive days of snow because pretty much it snowed every single day for like 10 days straight or something like that. Like I think it's definitely a record now in Chicago of how much snow we got. And I saw the picture that you sent me when you dug out your car eventually. And the snow was all the way up to where your window was when you showed that picture of how you had to dig it out and push it out. I was like, oh my gosh.
After all of that, I still didn't get it out for another like day and a half after all of that. I still couldn't get it out because the side street where because here's the way my building is set up. I explained to the people. Parking lot in the back, Chicago alleys, they don't do shit to those.
No, so they don't.
On your own, pretty much. So I dug out. I'm near the end. Near the end by the street. I was able to dig out the alley all the way, which took like 3 hours to dig the car and the alley part to get to the street. But that street over there hadn't been done. So like I got it out of the alley, but then I got stuck right there as I was turning onto the street, and it just kept spinning and spinning. And I was able to back it back in, luckily. I said, I hope my car just ain't stuck out here in the street like this. I was luckily able to back it back into the spot. So I just put it back and said, I'll try again tomorrow.
That's what happened.
I was able to get it out.
That first day with the snow before they came out and plowed our garage area, Marcus was parked over on the side because for whatever reason they pushed all the snow into our garage. So it's like we had to park on the side in the back. And then when he was trying to get out, he had to dig, he's like, okay. And he saw he was able to get out. And then when he went into the middle of the area and then his car got stuck and he was like, oh shit. He was like, I'm not digging out this whole garage. He's like, no, I'm not digging out this whole area. Because he would have had to dig out all of that just to get out and get out of the garage. It was just like, He's like, I'm not doing that. Like, that's why we pay people to come out and to get their plowing and do all that. But
yeah, it was crazy.
I'm just glad that it just finally stopped snowing, and allegedly it's supposed to get 30s, like high 30s. So how well that's going to work out, but
and
we'll
supposedly,
I hope that it does.
I guess we'll find out after this is done recording. Supposedly, it's supposed to get more snow. I saw some snow as we record this on Sunday, but it's supposed to warm up like Monday or Tuesday. So we're supposed to get one more, like maybe another couple inches before we get the big thaw. So I'm hoping that that's
bypass us. Just bypass us. Just skip Chicago. Fly over Chicago snow. Just
at least skip over east. That's all I gotta get.
Over east.
Rest of Chicago. Just like don't come this way. As long as it skips over east, I'm good. You want to hit the west side? Shout out Sierra. Shout out Frankie Robinson, my west side.
We got love for the west side. We got love for the west side.
It's Sierra and them over there. No, I got love for Sierra. That's my fam. But she'll be all right.
This is a hot mess. The thing that made me laugh was I saw a picture where they had where they were like arresting a woman who was dressed like Elsa. Like I don't know what was going on, but
they should have just let her go. Let her go. Let her go. It's my dad. I'm not a dad.
The meme that made me laugh is it was like, we finally got her. And now we finally got the bitch. We got her finally. Because it just would not stop. It was like, what is going on in there? Snow just went to places that never had it, which is why my Texas people, like
all my people in Texas, I think they said I think 3 million people lost power in the state, something like that. and some of them still don't have it back. A lot of, like, most of them have gotten it back. Let's say 75%. It's still that 25% that's still without power. Like that, it's still a certain percentage of
and
that.
We got family, like I said, we do have family that live in Texas.
Our power came back, I think Wednesday or something like that. Cause I called one of our cousin.
Yeah.
The other fan, I call Young Brit. Yeah, that's what I talked to.
Yeah, because I've been talking to her. I've been corresponding with her, and she said that she had to actually go to a hotel at one time, and I'm just like, this is a mess, because she literally just moved there at the end of last year. So
to avoid all of this, and then
and then like
I down there with her, followed her. The Hawk said, "Hold my beer, God damn it."
Yeah, it's like what the hell? It's like how the hell did this happen?
I got people like Trader Chocolate Jockeys down there, another Chicagoan. Yeah. Mm-hmm. He's like he's a station manager for like 5 stations. He's like all his stations were knocked off the air at one point.
Yeah, because I remember him seeing that post on Facebook where he was like, "Yeah, all my stations are off the air." Mm-hmm. Then our other cousin Reva, she was like, she's in Houston. She was like, she didn't have gas or water.
Yeah, a lot of people lost water.
Mm-hmm. So it's like, it was just bad. It was really bad for a while. But, I mean, I'm hoping that the Texas folks do get a resolution. I'm hoping that 100% of people will have power, like, by tomorrow. Like, like you said, something like 25% is still without their power.
Yeah, a lot of people it's still struggling to get it back. They're not used to this kind of weather and shit. So something like it's just like in Chicago, like we getting all of this, but yeah, like we're
accustomed to this. We can handle it.
It's like they still like trying to. That's why they I think didn't Biden send FEMA down there? They need like 80 and shit like that to get it.
Yeah,
because they're not used to it. It's the same thing. Remember some years back, about a decade ago, maybe was it Hurricane Sandy that hit the East Coast? Was it Sandy? I think was the name of that hurricane.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. And like people in Florida was like that was like that hurricane was like mild sauce to them, but New York ain't no damn hurricane, so it literally shut the city down. Like it's like if a hurricane hit Chicago, like it's like it shut the whole city down. But then like the Miami folks was like, what, category 1? Like they were like that. But for New York, they were not prepared for no damn hurricane. So it literally crippled the whhole city.
Like 6 inches of snow in Chicago, that's just regular snow. Mm-hmm. That's regular ass snow. It's like, oh, okay.
Because when it first happened, the first day, like a lot of it was funny to a lot of our people till we realized. I won't say we, because I'm not an asshole. I don't laugh.
Yeah, it wasn't. I didn't either. I never.
I say like just like Chicago, we wouldn't be ready for a hurricane. Like, yeah, you ready for like what you're ready for, and like a lot of people like because a lot of people I saw in my timeline like. Yeah. That little inch or two, y'all crying over that until they realized how serious it was. Then you got to take it back. It's like, oh, pray for Texas. Like 2 days ago, we were talking shit.
That's what I'm saying. Like, them crying over that dusting, and it's like it's more than just.
And then next a couple of days later, them same people were like, pray for Texas.
It's more than just a dusting. It's like if your system isn't accustomed to that. Mm-hmm. It's one thing.
They have record cold temperatures for them.
It's one thing if it just snowed and they still had all their power and all their water and all that. That's one thing. But the fact that they lost all their utilities.
Lost like power grids and like water mains and stuff were knocked out because of the cold. Like if the water main or the grid freezes, that's why you get the blackout. Because like if the whole grid froze and shit.
And then
water main broke. Like people are without water now.
And then also I saw videos that people were posting from inside their house where like somebody's like ceiling just like collapsed. Mm-hmm. And like this stuff was just falling from the second floor of the house. It just like they collapsed. And then another video I saw, it's like I guess like a wire or something busted or whatever. You could see that the wire just like flooded like their whole main level of their floor. Like it like the Titanic. Like it looked like how when the wire was coming in on the Titanic. That's how it looked like how the wire was just rushing in.
And also people. What was I gonna say? I had a brain fart right there. Damn. You know shit happened.
And then several people lost their lives even in this.
Oh, I know what I was going to say. Also, they're having record numbers of people getting carbon monoxide poisoning. Trying to stay warm in the cars. And somebody had a generator in their house and like that had killed one of them. Because like you're supposed to have that generator outside. And then like you feed like an extension cord or a power strip to the house. They had it in the house because they don't know. Yeah, you're not prepared for that shit, so you don't know the proper generator protocol. You don't have the thing in the house because it gives off those fumes. Like the generator's outside, and then you feed a cord in to like get your power. That's how you do it. And then a lot of people in their cars trying to stay warm. Yeah, because if you're not ventilating, even in a garage somewhere, even with the door up, yeah, some of that is gonna backfire into you. So there's a lot of carbon monoxide poisoning cases out there. I've been seeing that.
And then people were like trying to do stuff that was like highly unsafe to keep warm, like doing like these makeshift like fire pit things or whatever, like we're like
doing these fire and shit like that.
Yeah, doing these makeshift. I saw a guy who said that he was like, because he did have a fireplace in his home, and he was like, yeah, he said I had to go and I had to go to the store and I had to steal, because like the store, that's another thing, the stores were empty, like all the food was gone. And then he was saying that he had to steal a pallet, those wooden pallets, because he said that it was no firewood, so he stole a wooden pallet from the store, and then he broke that down. I had to do what I had to do.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I'm not mad at you, like, for doing it. You had to do what you had to do to keep your family warm. Like, so I get why you had to take that pallet and break it down and try to make firewood from
all the people making the jokes is funny until it's not funny. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. So Texas, like I said, like we've always been, like Oz and I have always been with the prayers for you and hoping that everything is going to work.
It was never fun. And just in general, when I see places that aren't used to extreme weather, I'm like, of course, it's like it's some people in Chicago. If they put you in Buffalo, New York, you wouldn't be ready for that shit. It's like Chicago's not the coldest place in the world. It gets colder and much other places get much cold. Like Green City gets much colder there.
Go to Minnesota, because that's what they always say about the snow. Like I had people who went to school up there in Minnesota that went to Twin Cities. They said the snow would be up to your thigh. That's how much it snowed in Minnesota. They're like, yeah, Chicago, it may get to your calf. They was like, Minnesota, it's on your thigh. I was like, whoa. They're like, yeah.
This winter is basically in Minnesota.
Basically, I was like, yeah, that's what it looks like in Minnesota from what they've told me. And that's what
my car window, I'm looking out, the snow is like right here. That's how deep it was where I parked at. Yeah.
When I was stepping outside to dig out my car, it's like my little boots, my boots almost go up to my knee, and then like that ain't like the snow.
I got Timberland, so snow definitely got inside of my boots.
Right, snow was getting inside my boots.
Yeah.
I'm like, I called myself with these nice warm boots on, but it's like still snow getting in them. But
it's like they good, but for like deep snow, yeah, they definitely gonna get it. No, they good if you're walking on top of the snow, they protect you. Yeah.
Right.
If you going like foot deep snow, yeah.
Yeah, you gonna feel that. But yeah, but if you can, like, and then did you see the video of the guy? He had a furniture store. I'm not sure what city he was in, but it was a guy, and he opened up his 2 stores, and he let people who lost their power come in, and like, because he had beds, sofas, all that stuff. So he let people. He had enough amenities in there. He had, I think, like a restaurant inside his store. So he was like, so it could accommodate the people, so they could at least get
like a shelter.
Yeah, like he basically, there you go. He opened up as a shelter, his furniture store and restaurants as a shelter.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, this isn't the first time he's done something like this. Like when I think the hurricane happened in Texas years back.
Which one? No, Katrina.
It was like 2017.
Okay, yeah.
It was like the 2017.
They got hit twice, yeah, because I know they had Katrina back in 2005, and then they got hit a second round. About I forgot the name of that hurricane. Like
it was like 2017. Yeah, that one.
All of Houston got flooded. I remember. I can't think of the name of that hurricane.
Mm-hmm.
That's when that whole scandal with Osteen and his church, because they said that.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, in 2017.
Yeah, I can't think of the name of that hurricane, but you know exactly which one I'm talking about.
Yeah, and like they said, he did again.
He got hit the hardest out of all of the areas. Like the whole city was like underwater, pretty much.
Yeah. And he did provide shelter in that instance, too. So at this point, I'm like, this guy, I said, this is the type of people you need on your public office. Like, he should run for a public office in Texas, because he definitely is for the people. Like, the fact that he just does it out the goodness of his heart. He said, if you have the resources to give, you should give. This is what you should do. I'm like, and that's the type of thinking that you should do.
Shout out to Ted Cruz.
Went to Mexico.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing with that. I get it. Like, he got kids. They were everybody's cold. It's like what he should have done is like send the wife and kids off to Mexico, and you stay behind and do your job. It's like you're supposed to serve the people. You want to send your family, like, okay, yeah, they cold, the kids are crying, like, yeah, let them go. Y'all go and shit. Like, but I gotta serve my community though. That's what
I'm giving.
Yeah.
He get the boo-boo face for that. He get the boo-boo face because it's like how luxury which we all has that we could just hop on a plane and go to Mexico.
I ain't mad at having money. Like, I want money.
No, I'm just saying you to like put yourself in the thick of like if you
I'm more mad at him for like being a public servant and not doing his job.
My point. And I'm tying them both together. That's why I'm tying both together, because as a public servant, you have to first think about I'm serving the people, and most of the people who
people voted you in, like you're supposed to like look out for them.
Most of the people I serve are not in the same socioeconomic status as myself. So I have to show compassion and put myself in your shoes. So I can't be like, oh, bootstraps to you. And it's like, I can't do that because you know the people that you're serving are not on your level economically.
Like I said, he could have put his wife and kids on a plane to Mexico and then stay behind and do your job. That way you that's a happy medium, was it? A happy medium.
Well, they got him. They got his ass good. They flamed him.
Getting roasted and shit. Yeah, you saw he came back, and now
he came back the next day.
They handing out water. I saw yesterday.
And then he gonna try to be like, "Oh well, no, that was my wife." He put all the blame on. And then they got text message from his wife because, like, that's a thing. You use your phone for everything. You use this for everything. Group text. She was saying group text, like, yeah, like we about to, like just telling all the plan. And then somebody released a group text about how they were planning, and it just didn't look good. It did not look good.
Wonder who released that text.
I don't know. Somebody in the group was
in that group.
Somebody in the group snitched and released the group text of her planning the trip to Cancun.
Mm-hmm.
So it got out, and then only that's what they were saying.
Shout out Kendra G, who's also in Mexico right now. Probably hanging out with Ted Cruz.
They were saying only when that stuff got out is that's the only reason why he came back. It's because he got the backlash like that. And then he was like, oh, no, it was never like that.
Yeah, my kids, they were cold. They were crying. I just wanted to, get them away for a little while. And he tells his thing. But you didn't have to go, asshole. That's my thing.
He did this face.
Yeah.
He knew what he was doing. The funny thing that came out of that, though, is somebody did a meme. They said he actually did Mayor Quimby on The Simpsons. I will not leave my town when this disaster. And they show the guy on the steel drum. Get that steel drum out of my office. They said he actually did the Mayor Quimby and left town.
Mm-hmm.
So I saw that meme. I was like, damn. But Cruz, you gotta do better. But Oz and I always say on this podcast, we said before and we say it again. I keep on saying, we keep on both saying, vote your interests. Mm-hmm. You will let these officials in. These people serve you. You're the people, and these are public servants who serve you. That's their job. And if they're not meeting their job, what happens if you're at your job if you don't meet your job? If you continuously do not meet the expectations of your position, you get canned. That's what happens. So just be watching. You said he was giving out water, though. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I saw that handing out cases. So yeah, he came back and tried to clean that shit up quick. Shout out Beyonce. She's because Texas native. She's been doing a lot of good down there. Yeah. Shout out to Beyonce. Who else was doing? The Trade of Truth, I think is his name. I think that's who it was. Yeah, it's some Texas people that are down there doing the work. I definitely saw Beyonce.
Yeah. Because I figured Beyonce would be out there because she's a Houston girl.
Mm-hmm.
So I figured she'd be out there giving back for her community. Mm-hmm.
Where the hell are we going next and shit?
Well, to lighten it up a little bit, did you see the Mortal Kombat trailer yet?
I haven't seen it. I heard about it though.
Ooh, I watched it.
My girl Katrina, she posted it.
Yeah, I was like, okay. And whatchamacallit is in it. He's Jax. Mashab Brooks is Jack.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay. I'm like, that fits pretty. That fits pretty good. I thought back in the day, like Michael Jai White would have been a perfect Jax. Like back in the day.
Shit, yeah.
He looked like him, and then the muscles and stuff. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like I definitely could have seen him playing that, but it looked good from the creation.
Serena Williams played Jade and shit. She kind of looks like her.
I say whatchamacallit might be a good Jade because she's proven that she can be badass. I say Zoe Saldana could be Jade.
Zoe's not bad.
I think that because she's badass because we've seen Columbia and stuff.
From Black Panther, I like her too and shit. The shaved head, yeah.
Oh, Danai Gurira, yeah.
But, she'd be a badass Jade.
Yeah, because you need somebody who's like badass, who you know, who can like fight, you know, who can do like the fight scenes, like the badass stuff. Yeah. But the trailers did looked pretty good. Like it looked entertaining, and
I have to because you know me, I grew up in the '90s, and the Mortal Kombat movies was trash. So I gotta see more. I want to see more.
But it looks like it's
perfect because we're gonna segue in like some of the worst movies of all time.
It's definitely a rated R movie because like they definitely
Mortal Kombat from back in the day were definitely trash. But.
They're gonna do like all the they're gonna be doing like the gory. It's gonna be very gory from what I've seen. Like because I mean we've seen like how they decapitate people on Mortal Kombat and pull out people's hearts, do whatever, do those type of things, but. It did look good because I saw Scorpion on the trailer. I saw Raiden. I saw Jax. I saw what's his name? Of course, we saw Sub-Zero. Of course, you know.
We see Sub. All I gotta do is look out there to see Sub-Zero.
Liu Kang. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it looks good from the trailer. It looks good. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I mean, I'm interested to see like what's the one with the arms with what's his name? I forgot. With the 4 arms.
I don't know.
I forgot that one's name or whatever. But yeah, it looks like it's going to be.
Katana in that bitch and shit.
I like Katana because she had the fans. I like Katana. Yeah. I might have to break out my Mortal Kombat because I have Mortal Kombat, but I just haven't played it.
My favorite one was probably Mortal Kombat 3 out of the.
I like 3. 3 was good.
One, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm gonna say if I had to do my go-to Mortal Kombat, not just because 3 is my lucky number, 3 was just the best one out of the games to me.
Yeah, and the character I used a lot, I used Sindel, the witch. I used
Jade a lot and Jax, yeah. Probably because they were black. I root for everybody.
Yeah,
rooting for everybody black.
I picked Sindel because she wore purple, and I used Melina too because she wore purple. I said they like.
I know some too, yeah.
I saw purple. I was like, "Oh, purple!" I was like, "I'm gonna pick the purple one."
Purple one. Blouse.
Don't judge me. I love purple. But if you guys do get a chance, check out that trailer. I wonder. It might be on HBO Max, maybe. It might be because it seems like a lot of movies are going that route. It seems like a lot of things are.
If you're an HBO movie, you definitely gonna go there because they go in the theaters and limited time on HBO Max. That's what they're doing. Like all the movies going to HBO.
And HBO Max may be giving some competition out to the other streaming services.
Absolutely, they've they're top 3 probably by now and shit. I would say. Mm-hmm. You got Netflix, Disney, and them. They actually like moved into that spot. I would say that's probably the big 3 as far as the streaming. Yeah. In my opinion, at least, it's like
they came from
the gate and went right into that spot. That third.
Netflix is the OG. Disney is Disney.
They got a lot of content, and then
Disney owns everything.
So is just being like innovative with theirs. That's what.
Like putting the movies on, like all these movies are like coming. Like like I saw Wonder Woman 1984 on HBO Max.
Mm-hmm.
The Messiah, the
still
Black
gotta watch Judas and the Messiah. I haven't watched it yet.
I gotta watch that. I gotta watch that too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's on HBO Max. The Tom and
Jerry is coming to HBO Max. Tom and
mm-hmm.
Jerry, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So so they're getting really like that's smart because you think about a lot of people still aren't comfortable really going to the movie theater. How are we going to get this money? let's have limited release, for HBO Max people. Pay that $9 a month, that $10, whatever a month. Now you got access to all that stuff. So pretty intuitive to do that. HBO Max, I see you. Pretty smart.
They jump right in and shit, and
then Disney Plus.
They had the whole Friends reunion and shit. HBO Max is they definitely a big time player and shit.
And then they just kicking ass. Like I said, going to the Disney side.
It's got a lot of content. That's what they're. It's got a lot of content. You got your Teddy Riley on your internet. Say it again.
Teddy Riley. I was saying that the Muppet Show started streaming on the 19th. They just started streaming this past Friday, and I did what I said I was going to do. I found the Phenomena episode, and that's what I wanted to do. And I found it. It's on season 1. I think it's like episode 22. If anybody wants to know, and I went. It's the opening act, so I went and I watched it. I had to. But,
just like when the Parkers went to Netflix, like the first episode I watched, Paul and Jag were on there. See, it's the last season, like one of the last episodes.
And it's fun looking at on the Muppet side. It's fun looking at some of the guests that they just had that just came through the show.
Mm-hmm.
Like they had Lou Rawls, Milton Berle, Gene Stapleton.
It was happening. It was a big deal.
Lena Horne. Like just some of the names.
It was a big deal to be on that show back in the day. People look at it seemed like a silly kids show, but yeah, no, it was a big deal. Like everybody who was anybody wanted to be on that show back in the day. It was definitely a big deal back in like the
Vincent Price was on there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
on the very first episode, the premiere episode, you know who was the guest?
Nope. Who?
Rita Moreno was the guest. I was like, Rita Moreno.
Hey,
guys. Yeah.
So, her the
EGOT fame. And she's an EGOT, so yeah. Mm-hmm.
Little Teddy Riley moment Naima had right there. I know it might seem a little awkward, that little transition, but we back. Little Teddy Riley internet moment, but Sif Gears now rest in peace to the legendary Prince Marky D of the Fat Boys. Lost a true legend in the game. That's where we picked up. That's where we left off at, so let's pick it up there, kid. Definitely lost a legend right there. Still not exactly sure how he died. Was he 52, 53, something like that?
52.
Young guy, yeah. So those that don't know, Fat Boys, they were part of I'll say the second generation of the hip hop, because the first generation to me was like Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five, Africa Bambaataa and all of them, that Sugar Hill Gang. That was the first
gang, yeah.
That era. And then the second era started with like Run DMC. That's the era where like people my age got into it. Run DMC, Fat Boys, Beastie Boys, LL. That
like
era.
84, 85, like around that time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The Fat Boys were right up there with near the top of that. It's like people looked at them as a gimmick, but Fat Boys were pretty popping. Like I said, they were in Crush Group. They were in Disorderlies. Like
Disorderlies, yeah.
They actually had a movie ready for them. They had their own movie, yeah, Disorderlies, basically. Yeah, like Fat Boys was
popping. I like the Fat Boys are back.
And you know they can never be whack.
Yeah. Fat Boys are back.
Yeah. But yeah, he was the Puerto Rican one, for those that wonder which one Prince Marky.
Who wanted the raccoon hat.
Yeah, he wanted the raccoon cap. Well,
yeah, Crush Group. See, I remember that from Crush Group.
He was trying to holler at the girl.
At the girl, yeah.
Got a big swole ass boyfriend.
Big people looking boyfriend. Yeah. And then
now, what's Cool Rock is the only one left because we lost Human Beatbox back in the 90s. Yeah, so now it's just one. There's only one Fat Boy left now.
Yeah. The one who gave the most beautiful tribute to Prince Marky D. And I was like, people sleep on him, but he actually is very profound with stuff. Pee Wee Herman gave such a nice tribute to Prince Marky D.
Okay.
Because I follow Pee Wee's personal page.
I follow him on Twitter.
I follow him on Facebook, and basically he was saying that we were both establishing our careers at the time. Like, Pee Wee's Big
both
Adventure
on top at the same time in the mid '80s, pretty much.
Yeah, he was like Pee Wee's Big Adventure was coming out, and he invited the Fat Boys to the premiere at Mass Chinese Theater.
Pee Wee's Big Adventure came out the exact same year as the first Fat Boy album, 1984.
Mm-hmm.
That's a little trivia question that they both that's Pee Wee's first movie, Fat Boy's first album came out that same year.
And he said that he invited them to come to the movie premiere, and Pee Wee saying by surprise, Pee Wee was like, he was shocked to see they actually came to the premiere because he didn't think they were going to come, and then they came, they hung out with him, they rapped with Pee Wee, the human beatbox did the beatboxing, and then he said they watched the movie. He said that we just all had fun because we both had like the goofy personality. We were just having fun, kicking it. And then after the movie, they went to the after party upstairs on the rooftop deck, and then they just kicked it. And Pee Wee was just saying that was just that was just real cool that they, we just got to hang out and do that. And he posted a video in the post too of actually that when he was like, "Hey, you guys, it's the Fat Boys." He was doing his Pee Wee voice in there. They came and they rapped, and it was a nice video just seeing that. And the tribute, it almost got me here. I was like, Pee Wee should write tributes. It was very beautiful. Like the way he wrote it and the way it was just very thoughtful and very personal, so very nice.
He hasn't done a lot of stuff like that because he's a loner Dottie, a rebel. He was doing his own thing. That's why.
So of all people like who gave the best tribute so far? Pee Wee Herman. Like he gave the best tribute. Like it was very, very personal, very thoughtful, very sweet.
Like you said, before we had our Teddy Riley moment, he was he missed his radio show that day probably because he was sick or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then he was just gone. Like that's so. A lot of people, because a lot of people that are in that market, they were listening, wondering why he wasn't on his radio show.
Right.
Why, yeah. So rest in peace to the legendary Prince Marky D. Definitely got to watch me some Crush Groove. Crush Groovin'.
We're losing all right. Like, we already lost Shabba-Doo, and now.
Yeah, Breaking, which I was watching Breaking not too long ago as well, too.
Yeah, it's like. So all of our movies that we're going to watch from the 80s, we just going to be sad watching these movies now. Mm-hmm. It's like our legends are gone or leaving us. It's just, it sucks though. I mean, it's just.
And I'm going to touch on this one, very controversial for a hot second, but lost Rush Limbaugh. He died 70 years old, lung cancer. Yeah. I'm not surprised there. He was a chain smoker. Yeah. He'd be at his radio show, have his cigar in the studio. So definitely not surprised at that one. But he was we had a group chat with the radio station, and some people were like, yeah, fuck that guy and all that. Putting a prayer hands, but me, I think I gave the best the medium between the two. I'm not gonna say who said what side, but yeah, we definitely got a Power 92 group chat going on. I was about it. And I posted the best. I was very controversial, but a legend still. That's all I said. Because he was highly controversial.
And then this is why I say, my best thing I say, my mama told me if I ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. Mm-hmm. I didn't give no energy. I saw people. I'm not going to say.
I didn't post a tribute. I didn't shit on the guy. I didn't even post it's the first public mentioning I'm having of it right here.
Yeah, I did.
And since we're talking death and radio, I was like, yeah, that's right. Rush Limbaugh died this week.
I had military silence. That's what I had the whole time. I just was because some people were going in hard and about him.
Like when Imus died last year, people did the same thing. And the same thing, I didn't say anything about him either. It's like when Imus died last year.
Yeah, just keep it moving. Like I said, if you ain't got nothing, just keep on scrolling. Yeah, you can't just keep on scrolling. You don't have to post it. You don't have to post anything acknowledging it. That's the thing about your Facebook.
One of my guys posted a rest in peace for Imus, and he got flamed. It's but yeah, it's his fucking timeline. If he wants to say rest in peace to Imus,
right.
You got to get mad at the brother. So he posted about fucking iMessage. I didn't really see a lot of Rush inbox. I wasn't on my timeline that day. I probably was still shoveling my fucking car out. I don't know.
You were still digging out your car.
I was there, when I was like, couldn't get my car out. So I wasn't on Facebook a lot that day.
Or doing mom's snow. It was one of the two.
I might have been shoveling her snow. Like I know I was outside. I know that much.
You were snowed in, basically.
I was outside, so I didn't have time to be on Facebook like that. By the time I got on Facebook, all the Rush Limbaugh stuff had passed.
Yeah, but they was going in, and
yeah, I missed all of that. Like I said, I had our group chat from the radio station. That was about it. And it was split about 50-50. Half were going in, the other half were like, well, rest in peace, prayer hands. Like I didn't post either. I just said, yeah, very controversial individual, but a radio legend. Yeah, which I think it is. Yeah, it describes him perfectly. He was he found a lane and then he jumped in there. What I am glad that happened last year after George Floyd and all of that. I'm glad the Breakfast Club and him got to have their sit down because they both I think were under the iHeart banner. So and like Breakfast Club says straight up, it's like, hey, like the bosses are making us do this. Like we don't want to like talk to Rush, but because like it was a big thing, the race day is like that George Floyd shit was huge. It's like. So they so basically management said well, let's do a co-broadcast like the Breakfast Club sits down with Limbaugh. And it was broadcast on both of their shows. It was like a simulcast. So that was pretty cool, like to hear that conversation. To hear Charlemagne and Rush Limbaugh like have words. Pretty cool moment in my career. Because I'm part of the Breakfast Club team. So that was pretty cool to hear that. Yeah. So that's my memory of Rush Limbaugh is that interview he had last year with the Breakfast Club. Like I said, which it turns out because he less like 6 months later, he ain't even here no more.
One of his later appearances, one of his later things that he's done. So
yeah, that's what I will remember. But let's just move on before I say even more.
Yeah. Well,
on a dark note, let's have unless you got anything else.
To no one's surprise.
I'm ready to have some Facebook fun. We'll hear this real quick. Go ahead, Kim.
And to no one's surprise, finally it's official. Kim Ye has officially filed for divorce. I mean, we knew that.
We've been talking about that for like a month. I think about a month they've been saying they were going to divorce. But I hadn't heard anything. So I was like, is this just like more tabloid shit? It's like, because like, so, people like to report shit like it's facts even without it. I haven't heard anything from them. It's like I said, like I'm not surprised, but until I hear something official, like
exactly. Here's a tabloid thing from an inside source. Who's the source? Yeah. From an inside source, who is the source?
Pull that source out of your ass and shit.
What source? But it's like finally they said that Kim filed for a divorce, and they said that from the looks of it, it looks like it looks amicable on both sides. So.
And like I said, and when he talked about this, I posted on my homegirl Katrina's page because she talked about about the Kim and Kyle. What y'all? I was like, I'm sure that fucking presidential run had something to do with this.
Yeah.
A lot of people were talking about the whole money thing, but like Kim got money. Like
Kim got her own money.
Money's like only broke Negroes think like that. Is like
I think it just ran its course because like a couple of things, like I think it started first with the robbery in Paris. That was the first thing. There.
Kanye becoming saved. That was part of it too.
Yeah,
a lot of people start posting that is like, yeah, well, Kanye, he's like super religious now, and Kim is still Kim, which kind of sort of, but not really. I mean, Aisha Curry claims to be religious, and look at what she's doing. So like, I don't know if like getting naked like means you're not religious. So Aisha Curry looks more like Kim Kardashian now than Kim Kardashian. When was the last time we saw Kim naked? We just saw Aisha Curry naked.
Moving on. Like a couple of things, like we said, the Paris robbery, Kanye having his mental, like he got diagnosed with his
bipolar.
Yeah.
Him becoming saved was part of it. I would say.
I think the straw that broke the camel's back was the presidential run, because when he revealed that they were considering aborting North, that was like some stuff you don't need to share. I understand you trying to be transparent, but some stuff You could have kept that in house. You didn't have to share
How do we
that.
forget? I know what else contributed. Kanye in the fucking MAGA hat and slavery was a choice. All of that shit, I'm sure helped too. Yeah,
Man probably was looking like, you dumbass.
like shit like that didn't help either. You have a husband. If he said slavery was a choice, it was a lot of shit.
Like, get your black ass.
He posted on Facebook, slavery is a choice and shit. You wouldn't be pissed off like a motherfucker.
Oh, I would have words with him if he did that. I would have words. But yeah, like I said, no surprise. And then, like, even for her birthday, like, she just turned 40 this past year, milestone birthday, and Kanye wasn't really there. Like, he came in to give her the hologram, and then he left, and then he turned the hologram into something about him.
So you have a wonderful husband and shit. Whatever.
The hologram was nice. That was a nice present. Giving her a hologram of her late father, that was thoughtful. Mm-hmm. But then when he started talking about himself, I'm like,
because Kanye got to make it about Ye. You know that.
And you married the genius.
I mean, I watched 3 hours of him sitting down with Joe Rogan talking about himself in the third person. It was amazing.
You married the genius. You married the genius billionaire that is Kanye West. What?
Married the genius billionaire that is Kanye West.
What?
Genius. I'm Steve Jobs.
Why is this in the hologram about? It should be me, my father sharing memories of like what I had with a child with my father.
He's part Walt Disney, part Steve Jobs, and I forgot what else he said. I'm Ye.
All asshole. We can say that.
I'm Ye.
But no surprises there. But my thing is, I just hope that, stay amicable for the kids, because you guys do have 4 kids, and that's a lot of kids, 4 kids. So maintain a positive relationship for the kids. That's what
it seems like it's going there.
Yeah.
But let's talk about, like, Kim Kardashian was is what some people say is one of the worst movies of all time, disaster movie, which I thought was kind of funny, especially that Enchanted.
I thought it was funny. Yeah. Oh yeah, the one who was like
the Enchanted Princess was funny in there. Yeah. Also, when they did Sex in the City, the chick.
Samantha Lane.
It was some funny shit. I won't say it was a great movie. There was a lot of dumb shit in that movie that made me laugh, though.
It was entertaining. I would say, like, it wasn't a good movie, but it was entertaining. That's
when they were doing a bunch of parody movies during that time, and they called them like so and so movie, like dance movie, epic movie, superhero movie, disaster. They all came out pretty much back to back together. All of those movies.
Wasn't Date Movie? Wasn't that one?
Date Movie was one of them.
That was bad. That wasn't good. Date Movie.
Also, Epic Movie sucked too. Yeah.
Epic Movie sucked.
Dance Movie I didn't like either. That was terrible. What else? Yeah. But out of all of those, I'll say the best ones I like were the superhero movie and the disaster movie were the ones that actually made me laugh.
Wasn't Meet the Spartans a movie?
Spartans was out. That was part of that era, but that one wasn't called so and so movie, but it was out during that time.
Oh, okay, got you.
It was
okay. It was okay.
Yeah.
But that
yeah, that kind of sucked. But
Date Movie was bad. That was bad. Epic Movie was bad, and Dance Flick, I didn't like that.
It was Dance Flick. You're right, not Dance Movie. Thanks. Yeah, I thought it was
Dance Flick with the Waynes. It was supposed to be the second generation of Waynes, and they weren't like the first generation. They fell short of the first generation. They did.
And even some of the first generation stuff ain't aging well. Let's do that right now. I posted on Facebook, which I like to do. Let's have some Facebook fun.
Facebook fun.
Yeah, let's do it. I said, what's one of the worst movies you have ever seen? And I said, I'll start with 2 right now. My go-to always for worst movies is Graffiti Bridge. Like, a movie it's a purple sequel. It makes no sense. Yeah, that awful Tevin Campbell song. Like, the soundtrack, that's like wasn't Prince's best work. Like the Purple Rain soundtrack. Sick.
Oh, bar none. Yeah, bar none.
Cherry Mood, that's your Parade album. You had Kiss out of that. You had some bangers on that one. Yeah. Girls and Boys, I think, came from that. Yeah, like, it was some bangers on that album. But this Graffiti Bridge album, nah, bro. Tevin Campbell's Round and Round is probably the signature song. And like, if that's
I liked Round and Round. Maybe it's because I was that age group, but I liked Round and Round. I did.
That's always my go-to, Graffiti Bridge. And I have another one now. So you're talking about the Wayans. I said A Haunted House 2 with Marlon Wayans and fucking the doll for like 10 minutes. I'm like, okay, this movie is officially terrible.
Yeah, it was. Because here's the thing: when we tried to watch that movie, I think I was pregnant with Ariana, and Marcus and I were in on New Year's, so we were just trying to find something to watch. And then he put it on. I thought it was because I was pregnant because I slept a lot during my pregnancy, and I fell asleep. Marcus was like, "No, that movie was just bad." Because like Marcus fell asleep too. He was like, "No, it just sucked." Because like I fell asleep like 25 minutes into. Like
I watched the whole thing and hated it. And I felt like I wasted an hour and a half or whatever, or 2 hours of my life or whatever, however long that movie was.
The doll was just too much. After he was fucking the doll, like that was too much for me. That was
went on way too long. It wasn't funny and shit.
Yeah. And then another one, Marlon Wayans, that we tried to watch. We tried to watch 50 Shades of Black. Marcus and I tried to watch that.
That I heard it was horrible. Like how was that better, worse, or about the same as a haunted house?
We watched 10 minutes and we turned it off. We couldn't get past 10 minutes of it because it was just so bad. We was like, we're not going to spend the next hour and a half watching this. We turned it off after 10 minutes. It was that bad. Like not once did we chuckle, like, because like the jokes that they were doing at the beginning of the movie, I could tell that they were supposed to be funny moments and they were supposed to be jokes that were supposed to land. And Marcus and I were just sitting there like, and like, if you sit like this for 10 minutes, I'm like, okay, it's not one of those movies where, some movies, how they're like slow to like warm up or whatever and they get really good. Mm-hmm. I was like, this ain't going to get better. So then we just turned it off and then we just never went back to it. So I don't know how the rest of it was, but the first 10 minutes I saw was awful. It was.
So that's two, along with Dance Flick, that's three Marlon Wayans movies right there.
Damn. One of the worst movies that I saw was Hostel.
Okay, I saw you posted Hostel on there.
Oh, that movie was awful. In fact,
before we go here to Facebook, let's just get some of y'all. We'll do our personal ones, and then we're going to read the Facebook.
Yes, Hostel was awful. I was on a date watching that on a bad date. For me. Yeah, and it was awful.
Explain it. What was Hostel even about?
Hostel is the European name for hotel. Mm-hmm. So what were they, like in Amsterdam? They were somewhere in Europe. And it was like American people in there. And then like the hotel is basically like they were doing something else inside the hotel where like they were like killing Americans or doing something. I don't know if they were like trying to like sell body parts. They were doing something. It was like they were like harvesting organs or I don't know. It was something. But it was like a horror.
They tried to be Get Out, like before Get Out.
It was like a horror movie. It was like a horror movie, and it was like they were killing people in a hotel. And I know that the guy got his arm cut off, and then the guy escaped or something. But it was bad. Like it was awful.
Sounds like fried shit. Definitely.
Yeah, I sat there and I was just like watching it. I'm like, what is this? Like this, it was awful. It was bad. Mm-hmm. Another one that was bad. Oh, that Obsession with Beyonce and Idris Elba. That was bad.
Beyonce and Idris Elba. That was so.
Carly Larder, is that her name?
I don't know.
Yeah. It was, oh my gosh, that movie was bad.
You touch my child? I'm going to show you crazy. Yeah, that was so bad.
Like I said,
the way the shit became obsessed with him is like, hey, you think nobody wants me? Hey, if
nobody wants me.
I'd want you.
Yo, you a beautiful young lady. Matter of fact, if I wasn't married, yeah, I would give you a look.
Then that makes her stalk him just from a conversation and shit. No hookup. They didn't have sex or nothing like that. Everybody wants to do Fatal Attraction, but they like never live up to the shit.
Now, Fatal Attraction was the best one that did because
he had a full-fledged affair with her. I can see her becoming obsessed with him.
Yeah, he had a full-fledged weekend affair with her when his wife and his cute little daughter was off. And then he gets her pregnant. She says, I'm keeping my baby because I'm a woman of a certain age because she was in her late 30s. And she said,
this might be my last chance to have a kid.
I'm going to keep this baby. He does a man thing. Well, you going to ruin my life. You going to ruin my life. You should not have fucked me.
Well, you already ruined my life. Nigga.
Right. You should not have fucked me. Come on now. Mm-hmm. And then when she boiled the rabbit, when she put
the rabbit scene was like, gruesome.
She cooked the bunny. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then his wife was about it. When his wife found out like what it was, his wife like, oh, I'm gonna get this bitch. And then his wife was like, yo, I'm getting this bitch. That's how you.
Another one I liked was Hand That Rocks the Cradle. That one worked too. Well, like her husband was a creep and fingered the main chick, and then he blows his brains out right when he's about to do some serious jail time, so he blows his brains out. He has a pregnant wife who not only miscarries, but then has a hysterectomy after, so that she can never have kids. She blames it all on the chick that reported him for like fingering her or whatever. So then she like becomes a nanny or whatever. So like for her, and then basically tries to like take her out.
Her husband and her family. And then she tried to blame Ernie Hudson. How you gonna try to blame Solomon?
Solomon was my favorite character in that movie.
Trying to make that he's a pedo, and he wasn't.
And she was like threatening it. Don't fuck with me, retard. No.
Yeah.
I legit felt bad for Solomon.
I did too. Because it's like, in real, if he was
a nice guy and everything.
And then you would not be like, you're bullying him because he was slow.
Yeah.
That's it. But this big ass Negro, it's like, if he wasn't slow, then you would not be talking to him like that. You just know that because he's
this skinny little blonde white chick is like definitely not gonna talk shit to Ernie fucking Hudson like that.
And my thing was just stupid is why you gonna hire a nanny that look like her?
That's what I said. You don't hire a nanny that looks better than you.
Right, exactly.
Said that shit.
Her girl was like, "What are you doing? Like, why would you hire this chick?"
Like I said, if you gonna hire a nanny, she's gonna look like sitting on the toilet. The toilet. Sitting on the toilet. Hire that, yeah.
I'm gonna hire somebody old school, somebody looking like Mother Love. I'm gonna hire like an old school, like your mama, like our mamas, somebody like that, like an old school mama.
Loretta Devine in this.
Right now, I'm gonna hire like an old school mama. We need the old school black mamas. Old school black mamas, they keep the kids in line. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm hiring.
All right. Well, let's have some. Let me name some more. Let me name some more whack movies.
What's another one?
Let me get some into mind.
Oh, go ahead.
Jeepers Creepers. God damn it. For those that don't know this plot, I'm just going to explain a little bit of it. It's a brother and sister, much like us. They're on a road trip. Then they driving by this. They see this strange asshole dumping a body at this house, this abandoned house. And so then they decide, the brother says, let's go back and check it out. Hashtag white people. And then they go check it out and shit.
So if we're driving on a dark country road, like in the middle of Illinois,
like abandoned house and shit, it looks like.
We're driving down I-57. Mm-hmm. Ain't nobody in sight. We see what appears to be somebody throwing a body.
Even better, driving down 394 and shit like that.
There you go. Tri-State, 394. Oh my gosh. It's dark as hell out there on 394. We're driving
there. 394. You pass a little tiny ass house and we see some asshole like dumping a body like us.
I'm minding my business.
No.
Well, this is the most I'll do. 911, what's your emergency?
I was about to say, I got OnStar. I'm hitting OnStar like, hey,
911, I think I saw an asshole
about a mile back dumping the body. Notice I said a mile back. I'm going to drive at least a mile before I even call. Right, exactly. It's an asshole about a mile back that dumped the body on 394.
And they just kept on making those Jeepers Creepers. I think it got to like Jeepers Creepers 4 or something. They just kept on making them.
The first, for whatever reason. I don't know why.
They kept on making them. It was one that came out
like that one was so good with Justin Long.
It was one that came out like in 2018. I kid you not. It was like one that came out like that recent.
This asshole just wouldn't go away and shit. Yeah.
Right. I was like, why are they still making them?
That is, it's like well, at least the first one was pretty good. Like the Police Academy movie. They got up to like Police Academy 7 or something like that. Why do you still make a Police Academy movie? He was in every one of them too. He's the only one. By the time everybody else they quit or moved on to other shit. The nigga that made sound effects was still in all of them. Yeah, he was still there.
I'm getting these checks. This is a check, hey. Oh, speaking of checks, whatchamacallit was a check? The Man in the Mirror, the Michael Jackson story with Flex.
Oh, I saw somebody posted it, which was kind of inspired. They said, name the worst biopic of these. They had Flex as Michael Jackson. They had the Aaliyah story from Lifetime. All Eyes on Me from Tupac. And they had, what was the fucking fourth one? I don't remember and shit. Yeah. But I put these all sucked. I said Michael Jackson is Flex is Michael Jackson.
Flex is Michael Jackson is a front runner, clearly.
Sucky, that's it.
Like he's head and shoulders above everybody.
I'm trying to remember that fourth garbage movie they had on there. I know
even Flex said this was a check. Even Flex said that, yeah, it was a check.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that whack ass Michael Jordan movie was the fourth.
Oh yeah, Michael Jordan, yeah.
Yeah. That whack ass
Michael Jordan movie.
which resurfaced because after The Last Dance, they said, "Hey, we're gonna get in on this. Like we have a Michael Jordan biopic." Because I remember that it aired like sometime in the late '90s. Yeah. It was like made for TV. It was terrible. I remember that.
It was awful.
And I hadn't seen it since then. And then it showed up on Amazon like during the time when The Last Dance was out. And then I watched about like 10, 15 minutes of it. Okay, this sucks. I turned it off.
the only biopic we acknowledge besides Last Dance is Space Jam for Michael Jordan. We acknowledge Space Jam. That's it. That's all. We don't exactly.
Kazam.
Kazam. I am Kazam.
Another horrible movie starring Mr. Shaquille O'Neal.
Oh, I got one for you. Talking Dirty After Dark.
The late great Tiny Debo Lister.
Talking Dirty.
Bigney, Joe Torre was in that shit.
Oh God!
And all these comics, and it wasn't funny. How you have all the Eddie Griffin? How you have all these comics and you're not?
And it's just like not funny. Foolish. That was bad. Foolish was bad.
Wasn't that Marlon too?
No, that was Eddie Griffin.
Eddie Griffin.
And Master P.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, it was a Master P, a No Limit flick. Let's just go there. All the No Limit.
All the No Limit movies.
Yeah.
About it.
Yeah. Let's go from that whole era, all them hood movies. What about Baller? What about East Siders? Sucked. Hot Boys was terrible.
Hot Boys.
It's like a lot of that crap. Yeah. East Siders was a Snoop Dogg flick.
I remember my roommate in college loved
Baller Block was Cash Money and shit.
Oh, Baller, that's what she was. She liked that. She liked that Baller Block. And she was like, "Ooh, this is good." She was like, "Ooh, this is real good."
Birdman is not good.
She said it was good.
Put some respect on my movie and shit. Man, that's the name of the podcast. Put some respect on my movie and shit.
The meme. Like that.
That's the name of the episode.
Put some respect on my movie. Terrible. What was another? What's the one that I saw our cousin Mel? She said Fall from Grace.
Let's start with Fall from Grace, Tyler Perry. I never saw it, but I heard it was horrible.
If you want to laugh, if you just want good unintentional comedy, watch that movie and look at the wigs. Look at the continuity errors. Just watch it for that. It's hilarious. It's freaking hilarious. All the continuity errors in that movie make it worth watching.
My homegirl Carrie, I went to Kenwood with. She posted Soul Plane, like she said.
Soul Plane. That was awful.
Ooh, that was so bad. Our old OG homie Tamika, she posted Moulin Rouge and shit.
Moulin Rouge.
Which sucked. Yeah, I agree.
I never saw it.
Jay Bell, I'm not sure what this is. Like, who made the potato salad? Never even heard of it.
Oh, it was one of those hood movies. I know Jaleel White was in it.
Oh, I gotta see it then. Jaleel White not playing Urkel. I'm sold.
It's like a B movie. It's like one of those straight to video.
Speaking of which, like let's go to Gary, Indiana, like Original Gangster with Braxton playing from the hood.
And there's my hoe over there. Come over here, bitch. What?
It still sounds like Braxton.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
Ah. My homeboy Farouk posted Marley and Me. Cousin Clarence Appleton, Killer Clowns from Outer Space sounds horrible.
Yeah, that sounds awful.
The title just sounds like shit, yeah.
And that sounds like the Attack of the 50-Foot Woman, like all those type of movies.
Killer Let's go, man. Let's go.
Swamp Thing. All those, there you go, all those Svengoolie movies. All the Svengoolie.
Anything that aired on Svengoolie back in the 80s and shit sucked pretty much. Svengoolie / Elvira. Anything that aired on either. They're pretty much the same show. It was like, yeah, one was hosted by Svengoolie, one was hosted by Elvira. Svengoolie was the local version of Elvira was the national version. It was like the same show. They showed a bunch of shitty movies, and then they would cut in with this with their creepy commentary and shit like that. I am Svengoolie. I am Elvira. It's like they would cut in and like Simpson parodied her and shit like. Nikki posted the Blair Witch Project. Yeah, which sucked. I agree.
And they made so much money off of that. They spent like $75,000 and made that movie. They made like $190 million or something like that.
They're still making money off of that movie.
Yeah, and they spent like $70,000 to make it. All that money.
Dominga, Drag Me to Hell, Oblivion. I heard of Oblivion. I don't even know what Drag Me to Hell is.
I don't even know what that is.
Cousin Kirk, one of our favorites, Under the Cherry Moon. Don't hate on Christopher Tracy, goddammit. I'm not gonna let you hit.
I said I do the Bullwinkle thing, Under the Cherry Moon or N-Words in Paris. Mm-hmm. That's what I call it. I do the Bullwinkle thing with that. That's where it was, N-Words in Paris.
I'm not gonna let you hit on Christopher Tracy and Tricky and shit. Which was Prince and Jerome's characters. I'm not gonna let you hate on them.
Hoes in Paris. And it's in black and white.
And the main villain and shit was Victor Maitland and shit from the fucking Beverly Hills Cop and shit. He played the main villain.
He play a villain and everything. Is he just a bad guy?
He looks evil. Like, could you see Victor Maitland playing a good guy?
Like which
like Eilena's cousin and shit. Like
what's his name? Beaks.
Yeah, Paul Gleason and shit. He's
Paul Gleason, I couldn't think of his name.
The Deputy Chief Dwayne Robinson from Die Hard. That asshole.
Or the principal from Breakfast Club.
The Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
He's just naturally an asshole.
Victor Maitland. Now I gotta watch the Cherry Moon because I haven't seen it here.
Victor Maitland was the main villain. Now, should I spoil it? It's like the movie's like 35 years old, but if you want to watch it, I won't spoil it.
I want to watch it now.
I'll say like how it ends and shit.
Is it streaming somewhere? I'm gonna try to find it streaming somewhere because I don't want to buy this shit.
That shit is streaming. That'd be amazing. If that's streaming, that'd be amazing. Michael put Boondock Saints 2. I've never even heard of this.
Me neither.
I see a Hostel. My twin Rashida. Pootie Tang.
Pootie Tang.
Tapata. Sarate.
Pootie Tang was pretty bad.
Tapata. Yeah, Pootie Tang sucked. Okay, let's throw some more out there. It's all right. We got time. Okay. I want to throw some more. I'm having fun.
Chris Rock, what was that? Not Chris Rock, the Wayans, Little Man. That was bad.
Woo! Little Man and White Chicks both were terrible.
And White Chicks.
Both were terrible. Yeah.
What's another one from Chris Rock? Because Chris Rock has hit or miss. His movies be hit or miss. Because some stuff be like okay, and then you get Pootie Tang.
The biggest miss was probably Pootie Tang. I'm trying to think of some more Chris Rock trash ass movies. I can't think of them.
Which wasn't that good. House Party 2 wasn't that good.
House Party 2 was goofy. 3 was better. To me, the best House Party sequel was the one that wasn't a House Party sequel. Was
Class Act. Yeah.
Like the better ones, yeah. And then House Party 4 never happened with Immature in it.
Immature.
It never happened. Yeah.
And then they had Next Generation.
And they had another one with Drew from Everybody Hates Chris, and Kid and Play were like 50, and then very old Kid and Play and shit. They brought them back for like the.
Mo Money was a bad movie.
Oh, with Stacey
Dash. Mo Money.
And the dude that looked like Obama that played Dresser, he was in.
Yeah, Amber, you're being irrational. What's some more bad ones?
I had some good ass trash movies and shit. Yeah. What else did I say? Damn, brain fart. Shit.
Players Club.
Players Club is that was kind of good and terrible.
It was okay. I take it back. It was good and terrible.
Make the money. Don't let it make you. And you gotta use what you got to get what you want. Players have had quotable lines in it. Bucket naked. It's like
Bernie Mac made that movie recipe. He made that movie.
It has some good stuff.
I'm Dollar Bill, Chi-Town. He made that movie.
And that movie had a hell of a cast too. Terrence Howard, Charlie Murphy, what's his name?
Amos.
Alex Thomas, Debo was in that one too.
John Amos,
John Amos and Big Worm, they were in it. Ezel was in the shit. I can't.
Adele Givens.
Adele Givens. The chick played Ronnie. She was pretty good.
Yeah. I like. Whatchamacallit?
That Monica got on Ebony.
Big Boy, there's some hoes in this house, and he can't like it. He was like,
only one that didn't walk away when Tricks came out.
That's the shit right there. That's the shit.
Jamie Foxx, DJ Blue.
Aaliyah's cousin partner.
Lena's cousin as her cousin Junior who raped Ebony.
That's a rapist.
If he's in your movie, you know like something bad's gonna happen. He killed Kane. He raped Ebony. He got his brother killed and set it off. He killed Tales from the Hood. He killed Hakeem.
Yeah.
He kills Hakeem in that. So if he's in your movie, like something bad is definitely gonna happen. Lena's cousin partner is in your movie.
Lena's cousin partner.
You already know it.
Terrible.
But we got some good responses, and I'm sure there's other bad movies. So keep on responding to the Facebook post. Having Facebook
fun.
Yeah. Was that Sleepy Hollow? That was bullshit.
Oh God.
The Headless Horseman. Yeah, that was terrible.
And then why you keep on like? I'm gonna go catch it. What? Leave that man alone. Leave the Headless Horseman alone.
They found a tree with all the heads in it, which was like, come on. Come on.
Was that a Tim Burton movie?
I don't know. It probably.
It seemed like it was Tim Burton. Because Tim Burton be having like weird shit in his movie. Oh, that Alice in Wonderland was creepy as hell. That was so creepy. That gave me nightmares. Like, I'm an adult. Like, that scared me. Like, it was creepy.
Speaking of Johnny Depp, what was Willy Wonka? What was that? Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. What was the name of that? We played Willy Wonka. That was horrible.
Like, he plays a creep too well sometimes. He plays a creep.
Yeah, that shit was. Big Top Pee-wee was horrible.
Big Top Pee-wee was awful.
Pee-wee ran a circus for some reason. And
then the lady like got trained running her by like 4 brothers or whatever.
The brothers choo that whole.
Right, I'm like, is this a kids movie? Like polygamy? Like, is this a children's movie? Too much going on.
Yeah, that was.
Metro was bad.
Eddie Murphy. Oh, let's just talk about shitty Eddie Murphy movies. Let's start with Metro.
Little Nash.
Little Nash was terrible.
Dave.
Holy Man was awful. Yeah, Eddie Murphy didn't have a string.
What was that? 1,000 words or whatever.
Yeah, I heard that sucked. I didn't see it, but I heard it was terrible.
Yeah.
Norbit was trash and shit.
Norbit.
Eddie Murphy had a lot of horrible movies.
And Marcus likes that stupid. Marcus loves Norbit. That's like he likes watching that stupid movie. Every time he'll watch Norbit, I'm like, this movie sucks. But he likes to watch Norbit for whatever reason. I don't know.
It was horrible.
Rasputia. You see bitch go down a slide. It's how a bitch go down a slide. Yeah, it was bad. It was bad, Norbit.
Which we mentioned earlier, but it warrants another mention. All Eyes on Me was terrible. I tried to like that. I wanted to like that movie.
I wanted to like it too, but
when I first watched it, I was like, I went from Randy Jackson to Simon Cowell. First, I was like, I don't know, dog. That's where I started. Then I watched it again. I was like, yeah, that shit was terrible. The second time.
Here's the thing: if All Eyes on Me was released as a made-for-TV movie, it would have worked. Not as a theatrical. That should have never been the show. That should have been a made-for-TV on VH1, BET. It should have been.
Well, I wish they would have had the same people that did Straight Outta Compton do that one. They should have used the same team. It's like because Straight Outta Compton
was good.
It's like they should, if they could have got them to like do the movie, I think it would have worked.
Because that's the bar. If you're going to do a biopic, that's the bar. Straight Outta Compton is the bar. You should achieve it. You should try to. You should seek that type of result. That's what you should seek. Mm-hmm. But some of them, you just want to do a made for TV. Like Witchman was an okay made for TV. Like the Crazy Sexy Cool, the TLC. That recently came on VH1, and that was a good made for TV movie. Like it actually, like I think that they did well. The young ladies who portrayed them. I think that Drew Sidora did good as T-Boss. I think Kiki did good as Chili. I think Lil Mama was excellent.
Lil Mama killed it. She was the best.
Lil Mama was excellent as Left Eye.
Lil Mama was the best out of all of them.
And she even sounded like her, like when she was talking, because she had like her, like the high pitched nasal. You know, she had her voice even down pat.
Like out of those three,
yeah.
Which is like crazy because she was probably the one with the least acting experience, and she was the best one out of those cats. I was like, yeah, Lil Mama knocked that shit off the park.
Because I feel like I was looking at Lisa when I was watching. I said she felt like Lisa.
I haven't seen that, but I heard I have to see that Wendy Williams because like I heard that was like all kind like next level horrible. I have to see it. How you doing? And I gotta see.
They said the Salt and Pepper was bad. They said the Salt and Pepper movie was bad.
I heard that.
Heard
that sucked. Yeah. But yeah, some of those.
Just leave some people alone. Like the Leah one was bad. They had the R. Kelly guy in there. He had on a skin cap, and you could see the skin cap.
Mm-hmm.
Just little technical.
Missy and Timberlands didn't look shit like they real life. At least like look like the people you playing. That's my whole thing.
Missy Elliott was a skinny, light skinned woman. Like, what's going on?
They were playing and shit.
What is going on? Which will call like Chico DeBarge, Dame Dash like Chico DeBarge. She's like, what is going on? Like these people look nothing like. Well, then again, Russell Simmons looks nothing like Blair Underwood. So
there's that. Full circle. We talking about
there's that.
We ready to wrap this shit up. We can go all night about this.
Yeah.
All right. We'll definitely appreciate
some respect on our movie.
Some respect on our movie. Definitely appreciate you supporting Not Another Damn Podcast. You want to support us further? Here's how. Give our Facebook fan page a like. Also, subscribe, share, rate, review on all your platforms. I'm talking about Apple Podcasts, Spotify, TuneIn, SoundCloud, iHeart, TLC Talk Radio. What up, Tasha? Also, your Amazon Alexa devices. And you want to see us, check us out on YouTube. We'll give you one of these. See the Oz tat. I can't get the tat in there. And you can follow me at Ozman the Wizard on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Oz Radio on Snapchat and Facebook as well. And if you want to check out your 90s and 2K classics under construction, it's ozradio.net, the bomb. Work in progress, but we're going to get it there. Promise.
And you can check me out, MSIMA8626 on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. SCR8GLLEY1 on Twitter, SCR8GLLEY7 on Instagram. Also, please like the Straight Gully Facebook fan page. Check out straightgully.com for your blogs and your vlogs. And for your video production needs, check out straightgullyproductions.com.
Well, I'm Ozman the Wizard.
And Naima.
We will talk to you later.
Bye.
I'm gone.